Archangel Michael is standing just behind your shoulder in spirit, whispering, "You're so much closer than you think." Do you feel that? That warmth on your back? That's not just energy. That's divine presence. A heavenly being has been sent not to watch from afar, but to walk with you through this turning point, and it is a turning point, the kind that doesn't just change your week or your mood, but your whole life, because before 11:11 p.m. tonight, the message must be received fully in your spirit. There are angels lined up like silent guards holding scrolls that can only be opened once your soul says yes. They've been hovering quietly for months waiting. Some of your delays were divine, but this moment is divine appointment. There's someone on the other side watching, glowing with love, eyes full of recognition, waiting for you to respond with more than a glance. They need your spirit to acknowledge them because their wish can't be completed without your energy. You're being watched right now, but not by judgmental eyes. These are eyes filled with divine affection. This soul has known you through lifetimes. They've walked with you in dreams. They whispered to you when you were crying and no one was near. They are with you still, but now they want you to remember what your soul already knows, that there was an unfinished message, a divine appointment that didn't get delivered in time. And now the heavens are holding space for it to reach you before the hands on the clock strike that sacred moment, 11:11 p.m. This isn't the first time Archangel Michael has visited someone like this, but it may be the first time you've felt his energy this clearly. There's a fire in his voice when he speaks your name, but it's the kind of fire that warms, that protects, that wraps around you like divine armor, because what's waiting for you on the other side of this message is not only love from above, but power, clarity, direction, a path you've prayed for, but couldn't find. He's here to show it, but only if you truly open the spiritual door. Open it with your heart, with your willingness, not your logic, not your fear, just your spirit. Let me tell you what's already happening in the spiritual realm. The soul you miss, the one who left too soon, has been pacing. Yes, even in heaven, they feel the weight of time when they're waiting for someone they love to finally receive what they left behind. They know you're close. They can feel it. And every time you almost give up, almost disconnect, almost silence your intuition, they send another sign, a song, a feather, a time on the clock, a breeze when there's no wind. It's them. They're not haunting you. They're holding you, and they're hoping you won't miss this final invitation to reconnect and receive. And this is more than comfort. This is transformation. If you receive this and respond, something dormant in you will reawaken. You'll begin to notice people reacting differently to you. Opportunities will come out of nowhere. Your dreams will sharpen and your purpose will become unshakable. That's what happens when divine alignment finally takes root. The soul that's watching from the other side, they already know who you can become. They've seen your light. They remember your power, and they're not just watching to feel close to you, they're watching because they have something for you, information, energy, confirmation, maybe even protection that you were never meant to live without. Michael says this is not optional anymore. You've waited. You've questioned. You've wrestled with doubt, but tonight, there's no more time to linger, because if you open your heart to this moment, if you let your spirit respond, the blessings that have been stuck will begin to flow, and the blockages that have haunted you emotionally, financially, relationally, they will begin to crack. The light that wants to break through is waiting on one thing, your response, just a whisper from your soul, just one time ready, spoken with sincerity, and you'll feel it, a shift, a knowing, a peace that comes without logic. That's the signature of heaven. And I need to tell you this clearly. There are others who never opened this message. They ignored the signs. They dismissed the whisper, and while heaven never condemns, missed moments like these come at a spiritual cost because there are certain things, certain gifts, certain relationships, certain turns of fate that only come through divine timing. And this timing, it's as divine as it gets. That's why Michael's voice is urgent. That's why heaven is leaning so close, because tonight at 11:11 p.m. there's a gate, a portal, a holy alignment where the veil becomes so thin your spirit can touch theirs. And if you listen now, you won't just hear, you'll feel, and you'll remember. Your past has not disqualified you. Your pain has not made you unworthy. In fact, it's your scars that make you chosen. That's what Michael wants you to know. That's what your loved one in heaven is watching for, not your perfection, but your permission. They're waiting for your permission to bless you, to guide you, to come through in signs, synchronicities, and soul-level clarity. They've been told by God, wait until they're ready. And now the readiness is here. This is it. You're on the edge of something you can't see, but you can feel, and it's more real than anything you've touched in this world. And now heaven is moving. The angels are not passive. When they hear a soul begin to awaken, they gather. And right now there are angels at your feet, angels beside your bed, angels weaving signs into the air around you. They are shifting things, making divine appointments on your behalf, creating room for miracles you didn't even ask for. Why? Because your response opens the floodgates. That's why this is urgent. That's why Michael raised his sword and cried out your name in the holy winds, because you are the missing piece to this divine puzzle. Your soul is the key that unlocks this flood of blessing. You've been feeling stuck in ways you couldn't explain, emotionally jammed, spiritually tired, and your soul has been asking, begging for relief. You thought the answer would come from the outside, from money, from people, from circumstance, but this is the answer. Spiritual alignment always unlocks physical movement. When you align with your spiritual truth, when you say yes to this divine moment, doors open, relationships heal, clarity arrives, and even your body begins to shift. And that loved one watching from heaven, they've seen your suffering, but they also see your blooming, and tonight, they want to witness your full awakening. You were born with this light. You were born with this calling, and it's been muffled by the noise of the world. But Michael says, your glow is returning. And that glow, when fully ignited, will draw things to you like magnets, your soulmate connections, your lost abundance, your divine guidance. They're all tied to your spiritual openness. And this message, this is your activation. That's why it's not written in fear. That's why it speaks like love, because that's what it is, a message from love itself, from the love of heaven, and from the love of the one who now watches you with tearless joy from the other side. There's something else you need to hear. That moment you almost died inside, they were there. That day you whispered, I can't go on, they placed their hands on your shoulders in spirit. You didn't see them, but you felt peace for a second. That wasn't a fluke. That was them intervening. You've been spiritually protected in more ways than you know. And now they don't want to just protect. You've outgrown survival. Now they want to elevate you. They want to see you rise into the version of yourself you always dreamed of being. And that version, They begin now with this yes, with this recognition, with this divine moment. So look around you right now. It may seem quiet, but the spiritual realm is stirring like a storm made of light. Your name has triggered movement, and the more you lean into this, the more you'll begin to see the signs increase. You'll hear their name in random places, see repeating numbers like never before, feel sudden warmth wrap around you. That's how it begins. That's how you'll know this wasn't a dream. This was a soul mission being remembered. This was your awakening. You haven't scrolled away. You haven't clicked out. And heaven sees that. That simple decision to stay is being recorded in light. It means your soul is still listening, still open, still searching. And the moment you said yes in your spirit, even if you didn't say it out loud, something holy started to shift.